Now before we get into today's video, I'm just here to tell you very quickly that Ian McDougall, who's been a long time subscriber to the channel, he's a member of the nation, his daughter is taking part in Brave the Shave charity initiative. It's where she's going to shave off all of her hair. It's obviously a great charity, it's a great cause. I know the nation, Ian McDougall's already reached out and said the nation has helped raise over £65 already. If you would like to donate to that and help out, the link will be in the description. Any donation would be absolutely tremendous because I think we all know someone who's been affected by cancer. It's a horrific thing, and I know Ian McDougall's family have dealt with that personally with their uncle and obviously their granddad as well. It's a horrific thing, but if you've got a little bit of change and you'd like to help out, the link for that will be in the description below. And also shout out to the nation for helping getting that shared on Twitter. That's absolutely sensational.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back for another brand new video. Today's video, I am back with the Mandarin Beard of Dreams. Apologies about no Scotland video yesterday. I've seen your comments and everything that for the people that do care about the Scotland international team asking what the recap was. As I said in the actual Albania game, I wouldn't be able to film on Tuesday night, so there would be no video, so apologies. Great that Scotland actually done something. Done things. It's unusual. And also shout out to big Alan McGregor making that paw of a save to carry us into the next qualification, and also Nanek with the hat-trick as well. But this isn't an international video. No. I'm sitting here to tell you there is no more international break until March, everyone. We've done it. Give yourselves a round of applause. We've done it. We go through it. Today's video is going to be a little Rangers roundup with two topics and a little discussion from yesterday's video. We also have a ridiculous Rangers rumour to react to, and also the bit of breaking news today regarding Celtic and Rangers and the Old Firm tickets. And as always, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel as we make our way towards that magical number 55k. Also, hitting the like button definitely helps, but let's just jump into it, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Now, story number 1 is going to be extremely short, but it did break today and it is pretty important, and it's basically on every single media cycle, just everywhere, just throwing out links, like it's Christmas time, you're opening up those shit presents. And if you haven't heard the news already and you haven't seen the links, it's absolutely through everywhere. It is going to be all about Peter Lawrell's interview where he talked about Celtic may refuse their ticket allocation for the upcoming Old Firm match due to safety reasons. Obviously, the most recent Old Firm game, which was obviously at Celtic Park, where Rangers had very little travelling support. There was obviously 5 or 6 people that was injured, so he's basically saying that he may actually just say, no, we don't want any tickets, and give them all completely to Rangers and refuse to give any out to the Celtic fans for obviously the safety reasons. And basically, that's going to be story number 1 done. That is all I've heard as it stands just now. Now, it's not confirmed, but they are actually discussing the possibility of doing that. So what is your thoughts on that? Is this basically going to be used now by the media to sort of force both teams into increasing the allocation, or do you think it's basically them just wiping their hands of it, just saying, no, if we're starting to do that, then the next Old Firm game that's at Celtic Park, there'll just be no allocation for Rangers fans? Is that the route that we're actually going down now? I can see the pros and cons for this. Obviously, Barry Ferguson and a couple of Rangers legends have came out and obviously spoke about this issue and said this is both teams are just going to continue to hurt themselves. It hurts the atmosphere and it hurts the Old Firm. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse until there's basically no tickets for nobody, and it's just going to kill the tie. But on the other side of that, I understand why Rangers actually done it. They wanted to increase their allocation of Rangers fans so they can actually watch and get involved in the Old Firm match, because the Old Firm match tickets go like hotcakes. So I don't really know where to stand with this one. Actually, I can see this going back and forth throughout the rest of the season until both clubs come to an agreement to increase the allocation. But that is my thoughts on it. What do you think? Make sure you let me know in the comment section below as we jump to story number 2, which is all about a couple of Rangers lads. Story number 2 will be about the returning Ryan Kent. Now, Steven Gerrard obviously done an interview for Rangers TV, and you can also see a little clip of that on the Rangers official YouTube page. In the interview, he basically confirmed that Ryan Kent is progressing extremely well, and obviously the international break came at the best time to give him the best possible road to recovery, and Ryan Kent's responding extremely well. He's actually ahead of the planned recovery rate, and he's doing extremely well. He's even taking part in jogging. He won't make the Livingston game, that's obviously a bit too soon, but he's about 10 days to 2 weeks away from returning back to the famous, which opens up the door, because if you watch yesterday's video where we broke down the stats, the man that's actually playing where Ryan Kent would be playing has actually got a better to goal to game ratio, is creating more opportunities, and is obviously stealing our hearts by every second he's on the field. And after breaking them both down and seeing Steven Gerrard discussing Ryan Kent, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity from me to thee to ask you, on that left wing position when both of them are fully fit, now that you've seen both stats, you know that Glenn Middleton has a better goal scoring ratio and is obviously impacting the game more offensively, who would you put in that position at that left wing? Would it be Glenn Middleton or Ryan Kent? Make sure you let me know in the comment section below. This one should be interesting. In fact, I even fired up on Twitter, which we will read out in the next couple of minutes. I genuinely don't know where the people will go. Me personally, I would go with Glenn Middleton just because we struggle sometimes creatively. And if we've got someone who is the most creative player in our team with the best goal to game ratio in our squad, I think he's got to start. But on the flip side of that, I don't want to burn Glenn Middleton out. So it's a bit of a complicated question, but I want to know what your thoughts are. I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to go with Glenn Middleton to the people's opinion. So the people have had their say. Over 377 votes in the half an hour that was up. Thank you so much for getting involved. I basically just asked Twitter, Ryan Kent or Glenn Middleton when they're fully fit. 36% votes for Glenn Middleton, but 64% of the people votes for Ryan Kent, which is a bit of a surprise. Let's see what people's got to say. Ross Cameron says, I think Kent and Middleton should be alternated between matches, but if Kent can go back to the way he was at the start of the season, he should start. Ross Watson, you already know, don't even need to finish it. Deaky Neil said, voted for Kent, but don't think we should risk burning Glenn out too early. I basically just said that as well, it creeped in there. Drogo says, Kent is the better player right now. Hopefully Middleton will someday surpass him. G-Dog says, Kent, but I hope he doesn't stroll back in. He should have to do something special to take a spot back. Craig Murray says Middleton is still raw and using this season to step up his game. I expect him to be the starter next season when Kent goes back to Liverpool. Watty RFC says Kent for 55 minutes, then bring on Glenn to run riot. And the last two that we'll read out come from Alan Campbell, said Gresda. And Mikey Sketch says, keep Glenn as a super sub and let him develop. That's actually going to be the first question of this week's Rangers Roundup. The people on Twitter have voted for Ryan Kent. What's the people on YouTube saying? Is it the same? You know what to do by now. And also, while we're there, I've actually ended up asking the second question of the episode. Like I said, as we broke it down in yesterday's video, on that right wing spot, who would you start? Daniel Candeias or Gresda? Both of them's fit. Both of them's had good games the last time they played. Candeias just stole the show, got sent off and just chilled. Then Gresda's had back-to-back games where he's been absolutely brilliant, not only for Rangers but for Albania. Callum Patterson, who was tasked from Scotland to mark Gresda, came out in the papers and said he just couldn't get anywhere near him. He was absolutely brilliant. And actually, before I check the poll and see what the people's got to say, I am going to stick with Daniel Candeias, which may surprise a lot of people. I know Gresda's got a much better goal to game ratio and has impacted the game more offensively in the games that he's actually played. But looking at the thing, Daniel Candeias is our reigning player of the year. And that game against St Mirren, he come on and he just sparks thing. And offensively, yes, his crossing can sometimes be bad, but you can't take anything away about his work ethic and the manner that he actually tracks back and helps Tav defend. That is a great partnership. They work extremely well with each other. So me, as it stands just now, I would stick with the Candyman. Now on to Twitter as I get it loaded up. 358 votes, 28% votes for Gresda, but 72% of the people votes for Daniel Candeias. Finally, we're in agreement. This is the part of the video where you'll get involved in the comments and say, no, it's got to be Gresda, and I'll just be once again on the outside. That's going to be the questions of the week wrapped up in a neat little bow. Now, before we reach the Rangers rumour part of today's video, it is time for a sponsor break. So grab your refreshments, everyone, and say goodbye to international break and toast the returning league football. 3, 2, 1, sponsor break. My eyes are like this, by the way, because that cola is so far off, it's almost on again, like genuinely. But now we have reached the third and final part of today's video, which will be the Rangers rumour. Now, you might have heard about this one, it did drop 2 days ago, but it's going to be none other than Charlie Adam. He took part in a charity match and he's speaking with interviewers and he's obviously been speaking to a couple of people and he talked about the opportunity. He's looking for a loan move away from Stoke if it's the right fit, and obviously talked up the potential return to the Glasgow Rangers to not only work with Rangers again but Steven Gerrard, who he obviously played for at Liverpool. Now, as you can imagine, that tiny little snowflake of a comment has rolled into a delicious bit of clickbait, and that's what I've got you, it's up there. But would you want Charlie Adam back at the club? Would he fix the creative issues? Ask the people on Twitter. 494 votes. I had to just do a quick cut there because I really think there's something wrong with that cola. But anyway, 494 votes, 83% of the people votes for no. They would not welcome Charlie Adam back to the club. Let's see what people had to say about it. Tom Affer says, come on, you knew the answer before you posted the poll. Billy Kay says, Charlie Adam was an excellent servant to the club. He was my favourite player, but unfortunately, he's done. Blue and Mandarin says, third tier, where were you then, Charlie? John Smith says no and no. David Toner says no, please. And Josh Brewer says, can't get a game at Stoke, why would Rangers want him? That's going to be the end of today's video and this week's Rangers Roundup. The football was almost back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you would like to support the channel directly, there will be a link to the Patreon in the description below. I'll be CJNova92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.